everybody's going to tell you learn Postman when it comes to API testing. When you're trying to learn API testing, Postman is just one of the tools, right? It's just a small piece of the picture. It's one of the most powerful tools. It's really awesome. But just because you know Postman, you're not going to become a QA automation engineer, right? So what I have here is I just created a YouTube video, a long one, like about 20 minutes going in detail. So check it out. What I have here is what I think are the steps you should take, or the things you should consider when you're trying to learn API testing. Obviously, you got to learn the basics, right? What is an API testing? Request, response, how does it work? What's the anatomy? What are the components of an actual API? Once you get that, then you're going to practice doing it. So you're going to do it in Postman or Swagger. So that's what Postman is, right? It's a tool for you to make an API, get a response, look at it. You actually use Postman to make APIs. But sometimes you can use Swagger if the application supports it. I have this application that I put a link in the YouTube thing that I used in my API course. Basically, it is a fast API. So if you build an API with fast API, it will give you Swagger. I don't know if I can show it to you here, but it's not like this. This is it. Okay. So you go to Postman, Swagger, you actually make API calls, you practice with it. Then you think about designing the tests, right? What am I testing? What are the positive test cases? What are the negative test cases? You're like, when you use the API, that's when you're going to think about, okay, what about this do I need to test? What is going to be my request? Like, what am I expecting, right? That's literally what it is. What should I do? What should I expect? So you have to start thinking about what are test cases. Again, this is where AI come in the picture. You learn with AI saying like, I have this API, what should my expectation be, right? After that, you have to think about automation, right? Like you can stay with manual for the whole time, but the job market for automation is way more than for manual, right? Even manual testing these days, they want you to learn automation. You apply for manual testing, but they're like, do you know automation? That has been the trend for quite a while now. Then there's SQL. You definitely have to know SQL. SQL is a language of the database. It's how you talk to databases. When you're testing APIs, you send a request. That request does something in the backend, right? And sometimes you have an API to see if you can to check if what was supposed to happen actually happened. But a lot of times you have to go to the database directly and check yourself. So those are critical. The rest of it will come naturally. Then of course, when you run reports, if it's automation, then when you run tests, if it's automation, you have to have a report. You always need something to present to your boss, to present to the team. CICD is a big part of it. When you're learning API testing, you remember you're always going to want to know about CICD because your test is going to run in CICD. And AI workflow, AI is going to come in the picture in every step that you do. So you start with API testing, where API basics, then you go into AI workflow. How does AI help me in each of those steps?